Welcome back. It's time to take a look at the headlines with Anne Wahodo.
Hello, Chamberlain. A quick look at the headlines. The All Progressives Congress presidential candidate, General Muhammadu Buhari, has urged Nigerians to go out and vote in the coming general elections. He said this at the APC Grand Rally of the North Central Zone in Lafia, Nasarawa State. Meanwhile, the president today visited the hometown of the All Progressives Congress presidential candidate, General Muhammadu Buhari, where he was confirmed as the Danbaiwa of Daura Emirates by the Emir of Daura, Umar Farouk Umar. It was gathered that the Emir, Umar Farouk, had conferred President Goodluck Jonathan with a title in 2011 at a private ceremony in the town. And reports say gunmen have kidnapped the Emir of Bukuyum Moha from his palace in Zamfara State, northwest Nigeria. The Commissioner for Information in the state, Ibrahim Magaji, who confirmed the Emir's abduction, said the incident took place yesterday. And for the first time in 3 years, the foreign ministers of China, Japan and South Korea are holding talks. Analysts say the meeting in Seoul is likely to focus on ways to ease regional tensions over territorial and diplomatic disputes. Those are the headlines. There's still Nigeria 2015. Over to you, Chamberlain.
Well, thank you, Anne. And then let's join Betty Debia. She joins us from South Africa. Good evening, Betty, and tell us, we do remember some time ago that some Nigerians were also having several meetings about these elections. What's their feeling now that we're just a couple of days away to the elections?
Thank you, Chamberlain. It's still the same. The views are divided, but everybody wants change. But who will deliver the change is still, where a lot of people differ. Still as divided as it is back home as well. Although many people, quite a number of them are going home to vote, but a substantial number will not be going home to vote. But that hasn't diminished the interest. We had a group on Wednesday that held a fundraising event for the APC, and they were on. It was an interactive session via Skype with the running mate of General Muhammadu Buhari, that's Professor Yemi Osinbajo. And today you had a group of professionals and people in the academics, who met with the Consul General today. But they talked about other issues, but a lot of them spoke about bringing about change in the country. Positive, not just change, they talk about positive change. But who will bring positive change is the question here. But everybody's looking towards the election here in South Africa.
What's their impression of the process? We've introduced permanent voter cards, the card readers to enhance the integrity. Yes, there are arguments back here about the usage of that and how that will help. But what do they think over there, Nigerians in South Africa?
We know the structural challenges that we have back home, so that's one major source of worry for people, where people say it's a good thing, but we know issues we've had with a national ID card, now the PVC. What if the cards don't work? We know that INEC must have made contingency plans. I listened to Professor Jega concerning that. But people are still worried. What about the remote areas where you don't have, which is even worse, infrastructurally, compared to the cities? So that's another major source of worry. They believe that Nigeria is not there yet. Some believe that we have to try first, and make corrections from the mistakes that we make at this time. But one of the people I spoke with was saying, why do you have to try out something new with the presidential election, which is the major one that everybody is looking at? And a lot of people tackled that and said, you can improve except you try. And if we have assurances from INEC that this will work and they're ready to do this, then we have to trust INEC to follow it through and see how it goes.
Well, thank you very much indeed, Betty, for speaking with us tonight.
Thank you.
Well, let's go over and also get the views of Ni Akwete. He joins us from Washington via Skype. Ni Akwete is of U.S. Africa Relations Consultant. Thank you for joining us this evening where we are here. Let's get your impression about, because we had messages. The latest one happens to be from Vice President Mr. Biden talking to the president, the incumbent, and the APC presidential flag bearer are also speaking about INEC's preparations. What's the impression that is over there about our elections now?
Well, first of all, thank you very much for having me. It's a great pleasure. I used to live in Abuja, so I've been following the elections closely, but it is not just me. The African community across the United States, especially here in Washington, has been following this closely, and because of the interaction of the African community, the United States leadership has also followed up on it. You mentioned Vice President Biden. That is correct. He called the two leading candidates. Mr. Kerry, John Kerry, the Secretary of State, also paid a quick visit to Lagos, all of which the African community here and their American allies, those who watch U.S. relations with Africa, and of course, at the center of that are Nigerian Americans. All of them, for all these communities, the elections are extremely important. They are keeping fingers crossed that the elections will be seen as fair and free and clean and without violence. And of course, linked to that has been the fight against the Boko Haram insurgency. So the short answer to your question is, it is captured everybody's attention.
What's their impression as well about security? Remember, that was the major reason why this election was rescheduled in the first place. What do they think now that the military here has recorded tremendous success for that fight against insurgents?
It's a great question. You know, from having now moved from Abuja to Washington, I try to keep up with news from both ends, and I can tell you that when the postponement was announced for the ostensible reason of security, there were a lot of skeptics. They were saying, well, if the military had not defeated Boko Haram in 6 years, why are they saying they can do it in 6 weeks? And is it a case of the Electoral Commission postponing it to give undue advantage to the president? And that was a lot of discussion. Not everybody believed that, of course, but a lot of people did and expressed it. And now that after 4.5 weeks, the military has made this stunning reversal of Boko Haram, number one, people are wondering, okay, is it really true? Or, you know, they say truth is the first casualty of war. So is it really true that Boko Haram has been pushed back? But it seems to be true, and people are relieved about it. People are relieved and can't wait for the 1 week to come. So we think that the security successes are very welcome, and we are happy that they have been achieved. Now, of course, given the kind of enemy that the Nigerian military is fighting, I mean, Boko Haram, such terrorist group and insurgencies, they can fight en masse, but they can also go underground and do individual suicide bombings and things. So it's not that the security is perfect, but we are very relieved and happy at the progress that has been made.
You know, one other thing, Mr. Akwete, is that our politicians back here, no matter what one does, they always end up asking you, who do you support? Would you vote for me? And then you also have them asking here that, wait a minute, this Western interest, they must have an interest somewhere. Does that pop up where you are?
Yes, actually, and you know, I have been an activist all my life. Even when I came to Nigeria to live, I came there to start George Soros's foundation, Osiwa. So I'm an activist, and